And agua.
There are just some things that I feel I don't need to see in someone else's relationship. That is the only way that I can summarize this Chinese celebrity divorce show. There are 3 couples. Every season, they bring in 3 celebrity couples. This season has got to be the most show of a season that I have ever witnessed in my entire life. The minute that you think that perhaps humanity is worth saving, these couples remind you, no, it's not. We all deserve to die.
But like, there's a crazier one happening right now.
I know. I heard about it. Your sister was telling me about it, and I was like, hold on, I'm still recovering from Mai and Yangzi. Like, these people are showing up in my dreams. It's getting bad.
But you're gonna give this a break, though.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna give it a break for like 2 seconds before you guys are like, I need more divorce stories. Because Yangzi, you're gonna need a break from him. Here's the thing. The other day that I was at the airport, I don't know if you guys have ever been in the Atlanta Hartsfield domestic. Actually, do you come up internationally like this? No, I don't think so. It's only the domestic terminal. There's something about the Atlanta airport. You touch down, you get off your plane, you gotta go on a fucking sky train. It's a subway station inside of the airport. And then you come out the south terminal. And there are these escalators where you're basically slanted at like a 90-degree angle, and it just lasts for like 5 minutes. And then sometimes there's like a giant picture of the mayor on the billboard, and you're just staring off into the abyss. Or you're just trying really hard not to stare at the person in front of you because you can see their practical butthole. So the other day, we're flying into Atlanta, and I see this couple in front of us, middle-aged couple. And this guy on the escalator grabs his wife's butt, and his fingers are shoved in between her leggings butt crack, and I see him do like a firm okay? And I'm so shocked. I don't even know how to act. But the worst part is, in front of them are their 2 sons. Like, they've got sons that are maybe like, I don't know, 7 years old, 8 years old. And the dad,
in front, though.
Yes.
Okay, so they didn't see.
But I saw.
Okay.
I didn't even consent to any of this, and I saw. I did not need to be a part of this couple's business like that. I saw it all. This man had a baseball cap. He had one hand on his phone. He was scrolling, and the other hand just... Oh my God. I think that he could smell his wife for the next 30 minutes on his hands. He was deep in her crack. Holy shit.
No, did the wife like it though?
She had no response. And I was like, this must be happening frequently. And then we get off the escalator and we're headed to the baggage claim. And I'm like, I just want to go home at this point. Like, if I had not been traveling, I might have been like, hee hee, kiki, right? But no, I was over it. And he tries to trip his sons on the way to baggage claim. And I'm like, okay, so this is really what we're dealing with right now. And then do you remember on the escalator, I turned around to you and I went, and you went, what? And I said, I'll tell you later. That was what I saw, and then I forgot to tell you about it. And that's how I feel about this last installment of the divorce show of Yangzi and his wife, Eva. There are some things in someone else's relationship that I really don't need to be a part of. But here I am, seeing it all, witnessing a 4-finger grab in the crack. There's only one person that Yangzi fears, one woman. And it's not his wife, Eva. It's Mai.
Really?
Because as I'm watching this show, it's so good. There are so many points where Yangzi, he will yell at his wife in front of everyone. He will yell at the host, the producers, whoever is on this show. He doesn't give a flying fork except for Mai. So the first few episodes I was talking about how Mai, we've already covered her. We don't need to go back to Mai, right? But Mai would stay up late and talk to Yangzi and chill husband. And they would just be in like a circle jerk of like, we're not the toxic ones. We're not the toxic ones. We're doing our best. We're doing the best for our family that we can. No one appreciates us. That was their circle jerk until like 4 or 5 in the morning. But even then, Yangzi started... He sleeps at like 10 in the morning. He wakes up at 2 p.m. But because of Mai, he starts sleeping early. He doesn't want to be around Mai.
No way.
There's this one part where he's in the little community kitchen and he's eating the rice and he eats slowly. He's actually mentioned in previous interviews that he has to chew every bite 30 times before he swallows because he gets indigestion issues.
I thought he just gulped down like 2 cans of peaches.
Yeah, he did. So I don't know. This man says 25 different things.
Where are the chews?
That's true. I saw him gluck those fucking peaches. Those were crazy ones
That's
too.
crazy.
It was like slithering down his esophagus like an oyster. No, but in a separate interview, he said, I have to chew 30 times. I eat so slow. So he's chewing 30 chews. The minute Mai walks into the room, and she walks in like a gangpe. You know what a gangpe is? It's Korean for gangster. She walks in, she has like a perpetual smirk. She walks in like, who am I gonna f around with today? Who am I gonna yell at today? That's her vibe. She's like smirking. He sees her walk in. Suddenly, he's like fucking eating everything. His last few bites of food, he has to chug down with water. And then he's quickly cleaning up. It becomes very chaotic, very serious the minute that he sees Mai. Anytime he's making fun of Mai and she turns around and stares at him, he starts shrinking into himself. This is the only woman that he has ever been afraid of. I don't even think he's afraid of his mom like that. He seems like the type that would be afraid of his mom. But Mai's correcting all of his bad habits. People call her the equalizer for Yangzi. I think the most effective way to get Yangzi to be better to his wife is to threaten him and say, if Eva decides to divorce you, you legally are contractually obligated to marry Mai. I feel like you would become the best husband in the world in 0.2 milliseconds. It's that bad. So let's get into the final installment of Yangzi and Eva. We've already been through all of it. We've already been through Yangzi saying that every time his wife tries to think a thought, every time she tries to speak a word, a coherent sentence, even God be giggling, okay? He has said practically everything that is divorceable. Anything that you could tell a family attorney and they'd say, oh, I've never heard that one before. Yangzi has done it all on national television, especially in this episode. He starts talking about how Eva just needs to focus on her main career, which is acting. He tells her, why do you keep trying to make all these companies? You're not good at it. He's giving Kanye, I like some of the Gaga songs, but what the f does she know about cameras?
I like some of the Gaga songs. What the f does she know about cameras?
Yangzi is like, what the f do you know about cosmetics? What do you know about building a business?
Like he's like belittling her.
In front of everybody.
For what reasons?
He's just saying, like, you need to focus on acting. Like, you keep wanting to be this bad CEO, but you're not. So tone it down. And you're delusional. All your friends keep telling you that you're this independent grown woman, but you're not. You know nothing. At one point, even Maya's like, hey, Yangzi, maybe like you should give your wife some face. Like maybe you should let your partner have some dignity on national television, you know? And she's like, as long as your wife is happy, that should be enough. He says, happy my ass.
No.
And he just starts. This is the era where even Chilla Husband says, Yangzi, my brother Yangzi, has entered a new stage in this reality show where he doesn't care about his image anymore. Like previously, he still kind of cared, but like you could still see it seeping through the cracks that he's a despicable person. But at this point, this is the last installment, part 3. He doesn't give a fork anymore. And he's got a nasty temper and he's just letting it out. He's so mad. He's upset that nobody sees him as a CEO, so he's got to put his wife down. And he starts talking in circles at one point. He keeps saying things like, I agree, but I don't approve. She thinks I don't support her, and the truth is I really don't support her. Okay?
I agree that she thinks I don't what? Support her, and I still don't.
Yes. He says that every time she tries to start a cosmetics brand, it's just nonsense. It doesn't make any sense. He says there is something wrong with her brain. And he keeps asking the other people, asking the other couples about his own wife. Isn't she an idiot? She's a total idiot. Oh my God, I'm so stressed out.
What do you mean?
No, he's just saying this in front of everyone.
Like, why? This is just like a group. They're hanging out.
No, because the producers are probably inciting some shit, okay? The producers are probably like, hey, Mike, come here. Come here, Mai. Ask them about their future goals. And then Mai would go sit back down and she'd go, so what's everybody's 5-year plan? Essentially.
I see. So they're just talking about their future plans.
Yes.
And Young's is just going in.
Yeah.
At Eva, I see.
And he keeps saying Eva needs to focus on acting because that's her main talent. And she just needs to grow one thing instead of focusing on 25 different things. And he says, actually, she thinks that I'm being rude, but I'm thinking about her. Because here's the thing. When we go to shopping malls, me and Eva, we'll go look around and we'll see all these advertisements of people that started acting around the time that she started acting. And every day there are less and less big brand deals and advertisements with Eva's face plastered on Lancome and all these things. And every time she sees all of her peers on these advertisements, I can see her face. She looks sad. She looks contemplative. But then when I try to ask her about it, she's like, oh, changes the subject.
Who are you? Like,
Exactly.
Who are you?
And so
That's
everyone,
crazy.
all the commentators, because they have a panel of celebrities who are also reacting, they're like, wait. But first of all, she's probably feeling that way because you're a dad and she's constantly taking care of the kids. So she can't even focus on her career. But second of all, I thought you were her agent. So whose fault is that if she's not getting booked ads?
He's also an actor too.
Yeah.
He tried, so he'd
Yeah.
be acting for decades.
Oh, just wait. The last episode of this entire series, he pulls out all his acting. Sobbing, mental breakdowns, K-drama comes out. It's not even C-drama, CEO daddy anymore. It's fucking full-on K-drama. He whips it all out. The panel, they can't even take it seriously. He's sobbing and they go, what is going on right now? I'm so confused. It gets bad. He can't take care of the kids. She's taking care of the kids. He makes her take on so many shitty acting roles. It's probable that a lot of nice scripts aren't calling her because she's had like a row of flops because he wanted to be the main male lead in all the flops. So there is a reason for all of that. But instead, he keeps telling her, you just need to practice acting. That's what you're good at. And she says, well, I don't want to live stream. And he says, no, but that helps your acting. He said the live stream helps her acting.
Say TikTok shop.
Yes, he says the TikTok shop, the TikTok lives are actually part of your business. And you need to get better at it so that you can get better at acting. And she's like, I don't know what you're fucking talking about right now. And at this point, no one can even make eye contact with him. And he stops the conversation and he's like, that's enough of that. I'm getting mad now. So everyone's like, okay, I guess
Like, it was actually
Oh,
serious?
he was so tense. No one could even. You know how Chill Husband has nonstop been ruffling his feathers?
Yeah.
He would walk over and do a little like a little tickle tickle. Are you pissed off now? You know? He was quiet. Everyone was quiet. It was actually really scary. It was toxic scary.
Wow. Then I bet that's like how he usually acts.
Yeah. After all of this, they have to endure it. And I swear the producers know what they're doing because after this tense argument, the very next morning, they got to go on a 7-hour road trip. Each couple gets their own car, decked out GoPros. I don't even know how it's safe because I'm getting angles of this car that I should not be seeing angles of this car. I am witnessing more of every couple in every car than if I were actually in the back seat with them driving 7 hours. There's like 25 different camera angles. Each couple gets in a car. This is when Mai and her husband have like a full-on mental breakdown. It's a shit show. You remember that. But now we've got Eva and her husband, and he tells her, I'm too tired, you drive. So I'm thinking she's gonna start driving because all the other couples, both the other wives, they drove less, but I think that they all took turns, right? Eva gets in the car and she's like, well, I'm tired too, but she starts driving. She's not complaining. And immediately Yangzi, what do you think is a good road trip partner? What do you want in a passenger princess 7-hour road trip? What do you want me to do? You want me to knock out, I know. No, what do you want me to do? I'm in the passenger seat. What do you want me to do?
Like feeding me grapes. What do you mean?
Because that's what you do. Like, if I'm also driving, I want my passenger princess, my passenger prince to be like, I don't know, yapping to me, like keeping me company, okay? That's what I want. That's what you want. No, Yangzi is like, I don't give a fork. I'm going to sleep. He falls asleep instantly. And she's like, I don't even want to drive. And he keeps saying things like, you can drive. You like driving anyway. And he keeps gaslighting her. You know what they say, right? The greater the ability, the greater the responsibility. And you're good at driving, so... And he just keeps knocking out. And the whole time, every time he would wake up, he would talk about how tired he is. And then when he does wake up, he doesn't feed Eva anything. He's just leisurely sitting there cracking melon seeds.
Cracking melon seeds. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know you could eat melon seeds. Are these pumpkin
Are you
seeds?
kidding me?
What do you mean?
The melon seeds?
Yeah.
It's like you eat the seeds inside of the shell, right?
I've only...
That is crazy.
What
That's
do you
like
mean?
Simply the most popular snack
Like
for
sunflower seeds?
watermelon seeds.
I've never had
Yeah,
that.
sunflower seeds. Sunflower seeds.
Why do y'all call it melon seeds?
Oh, there's also watermelon seeds.
I think it
Watermelon
didn't
seed.
look like sunflower seeds.
Oh, then it's watermelon seed. It's black, right?
yeah.
It's like roundish.
Yeah.
It's watermelon. I love that thing growing up.
Really?
Yeah. You
I'll
never
get
had
some
watermelon seeds?
How do you make them?
You don't make them. You buy
Okay,
them in
no,
a bag.
I've never had watermelon
God.
seed. What does it taste
So the
like?
skin's actually salty. It's like you suck on it a little bit, like, and then you crack it in the middle, and it opens, and then it's like a very thin slice of round seed. It's so good. It's kind of hard to feed someone watermelon seeds, though. 'Cause when
Okay,
you crack
but-
it, it's like your saliva's all over it. It's kinda gross.
But then why can't he feed her something else?
That's true. He could though.
Crack
if he
her
wanted
watermelon
to,
seeds?
he would.
Yeah, you crack me lychee, langan. What's the
Yeah.
weirdest thing you... Oh, you'll crack me like blue crab legs, and it's like the tiniest...
Crack you the fucking.
Pomelo. Oh,
those
yeah.
are
Those are
hard.
hard to crack. It's okay. You can crack open something else. See, these are moments that no one should be a part of. You know what I mean? Anyway. So if anybody else is watching this entire situation, you would think that this is his personal driver. And so she just keeps casually saying things out loud that she's thinking he's going to get the hint. Oh, I've already been driving for 3 hours. What do you think that means?
That's crazy.
What do you think that means? He got the hint, but he's not getting the hint. Youngzi says, well, why don't you just push yourself a little more? You could try doing another 3 hours. She's done 3 out of 7 hours, and he says, push yourself to do more. And what's even crazier is that Eva, she's trying to focus on driving. Yangzi is sitting there like a commander, just like, pull over here, turn like this, always telling her what to do. Whenever she doesn't follow what he says, he would start just lecturing her. So then she would just do it his way. She would switch lanes when he wants her to switch lanes. And then after driving for 5 straight hours, Eva finally starts feeling tired. She's rubbing her wrists, her arms, and then she says, there's still more than an hour left. I really don't think I can drive anymore. Yangzi, he's been doing this yip and the whole 5 hours. Suddenly he can't hear. Doesn't hear it.
That is brutal.
Later, when they stop briefly at a rest area, the director comes up and is like, hey, if you guys need a driver to take over, just talk to us through the walkie-talkie. AKA, Eva looks like she needs to rest because she's exhausting herself, and we don't want to get sued if you guys get into a car accident, so like, let us know if you need a driver. Before Eva could even answer, Yangzi raises his hand and he's like, no need, it's fine, we'll just drive slowly.
Dude.
Then he keeps encouraging Eva to keep driving, and
No.
his whole reasoning
Wait, he
behind
didn't drive
this,
at all?
not even a second. And he tells her, this is about you challenging your limits and keeping going.
Oh my god.
He says, who else, what other girl could say that they drove the entire ride? Nobody else. This is your way to prove to yourself that you can do it. And then she's like, I don't really think I want to do that. Like, that's not really something I need to prove to myself that I can drive 7 hours for a road trip. And then he says, but I can't drive because I went horseback riding yesterday, so my body is sore. Guess who also fucking went horseback riding yesterday? Eva! Because you're on a reality show!
But also, it's just horseback riding.
I know, yeah.
You didn't do anything.
Yeah, the horse's
impressive.
back hurts, okay?
Exactly.
Not your back. The horse is tired. Not you, you weirdo. He shows no sympathy, no understanding.
He gaslit guided her for
Driving.
7 hours.
He keeps telling her, you should just drive it all the way through. Later, you can brag and say, I drove for 7 hours while I didn't drive at all. Like, don't you want to set a record? And Eva, I think she's just trying to avoid a whole argument. She ends up driving all the way. The rest of the time, he's curled up in like a little ball, going to sleep on the passenger side. At one point, he wakes up near the end, There's still 20 minutes left. And even the commentators are like, oh, look at Eva. She looks rough. And they're saying things like the last 20 minutes is like the longest 20 minutes ever. And she's just exhausted. She's chugging Red Bull. Dang. And Eva, he wakes up. He says, I'm so tired. He was like, I drove 7 hours straight and you slept the whole time. How can you say you're tired? They make it last to meet up with the other couples. Eva walks in and she immediately tells the girls, I drove 7 hours by myself all the way here. She's not bragging. She's like, hello, I'm pissed, okay? And then Mai, the instigator, she goes, you drove 7 hours all by yourself? How come you're saying it with a smile? She's like, you should be pissed. I'm pissed for you. You're not pissed? Like, she's going in. Okay?
What?
And then she's like, if it were me.
Wait, didn't Mai just have the one of the craziest rides with her husband too?
Yeah. She's like, if it were me, I would definitely lose my temper. You really keep your emotions very steady. Okay? Yangzi comes in. He's like talking about nonsense. He's not even talking about the drive. And then eventually they all sit down for dinner and Eva mentions again, this time in front of the husbands, I drove 7 hours all by myself. Okay? And this is when he hits her with a yes. But during the whole 7 hours, I trusted Eva with my life because she's the person I trust most. I've never seen someone gaslight. No, this is so dumb and somehow so effective. Is he dead ass?
Is he not? He's not joking, right?
No. Oh, see, this would get me. This would get me. This would be my final boss because it's so dumb. I have no argument. I got no argument. Because how can you say, I mean, what can you say to that? It's not even normal gaslighting where you can be like, don't try to gaslight me. I know the truth. This is like, I have no response. He's so thick-skulled, okay? You can't even have a conversation with him. The only person that can get under his skin a little bit is Chill Husband, who hits him with the, oh yeah, Brother Yang gave up on his image.
说明杨哥已经不在乎形象了。
He's like, he doesn't care what the viewers think about him. He don't give a fuck. That's what that means, okay? So he keeps, Brother Yangzi is like, oh, what did he just say? He keeps saying, no, that's not why. I just wanted her to challenge herself. And he's like, nah, he doesn't care. He doesn't care if the netizens fucking hate him. And then he starts whispering to himself, wait, am I gonna get attacked by the netizens for this? And he starts caring a little bit more.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Wow, he is that empty up there.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't think that was crazy.
No. Yeah.
Wow.
But just wait until we hit the next part because now you're going to keep flip-flopping. Have you ever heard of the saying of like, hey, once you dug your grave, don't make me be a witness? It's basically saying when you are miserable in your marriage and you decide you're not getting it out of your marriage, you dug your grave and we can't be a witness of it. That's what people are saying about Eva at this point because just you wait, it's about to turn around real quick. So that night, they decide that they're going to do this like wedding vow thing where every single couple is going to take a piece of paper and reflect on their wedding vows, reflect on their entire marriage thus far, how they got here, reflect on their strengths, their weaknesses, what they could have done better. And then they're going to read it to each other in front of each other, but not just in front of each other, in front of the other couples as well. And obviously us, okay? So Yangzi and Eva are standing there with their little scrolls in front of them. Yangzi's like, I'm going to start first because mine is pretty simple. He hits it with the, I'm perfect, you're perfect, we're perfect for each other, I love you. I think I kept most of my wedding vows, you know? But I mean, I think there's always room for improvement. But as for you, you're perfect. Like, you're the perfect wife. Everyone watching this, okay, Mai's husband Lee, I will say, at least the other two couples, they're putting in the work. They're writing paragraphs. Mai might be going off on her husband. She's rat-tat-tat-tying, but she's writing like 10 pages. They're trying. In some aspects, they're kind of trying. Not Yangzi. Mai's husband is looking at him with the Chrissy Teigen meme that's like, because he's like, the guys were sitting together writing this, and he literally like, and then threw his pen, and he was just chit-chatting the whole time. So he didn't even put thought into it. This was careless, half-hearted. Even if you listen to it, it's dumb because you guys are on a what? A divorce show. What do you mean your marriage is perfect? What show are you on, you bozo? Okay, so
I I think he probably just like has low IQ. I feel like there's no way someone's like has some IQ could be that like, you know, cuckoo. Like he's genuinely just like
Cuckoo.
He doesn't get it. He doesn't know.
Get
He's lost.
And Eva is crying and she looks upset. And everyone's like, that makes sense because clearly you can tell he didn't put in thought. He didn't put in effort. It's so careless, right? And then it cuts to her sitting with the producer. And she says,
That was so romantic.
when I was writing mine, I wrote about how things he could have done better and so much of his shortcomings. Yet when it was his turn, he didn't write a single bad thing about me. He only saw me as the perfect wife. And that touched me so much. And I felt so guilty that I wronged him. It made me reflect that maybe the problem is with me.
Okay, maybe she's like so gaslit.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
Like, at this point, he shows any sign of kindness.
And as she's crying, he starts crying and he starts saying, I don't want to see her cry. I can't bear to see her cry. I won't allow her to cry. I don't want her to feel wronged and I won't allow anyone to make her feel wronged. And everyone's like, bitch, hold the fuck on because nobody has wronged your wife except for you this entire time. Why are you fighting invisible ops when they are inside of you? You are the one. But this moves Eva even more and she won't stop crying. Oh my God. And everyone looks disappointed. The counselors look over at like the panel of the celebrities. They look exhausted. The other couples, they look like they're contemplating moving to a different country and changing their names because they don't want to finish witnessing this entire terror. They look like they're contemplating whether or not pickleball is a real sport. They look upset. They look deep in their thoughts. One of the commentators even comments out loud, what's going on with Eva Huang? Like, what's going on with her? We don't know what's happening. Now, eventually, they bring in these two famous actresses, Ni Ping and Chai Ming. They're going to help all the couples work through all of this. And Eva mentions to the two veteran actresses, like, she had to drive for 7 hours because he didn't want to drive. And that's when Yangzi gets upset. And he's like, well, the staff had to come in and check up on us. Why don't you let the staff drive? Why don't you let them get you a driver then? It would have been totally normal for staff to drive. That's what they're for. It's not that you don't drive, that I have to drive. You can just not drive and they can have a driver drive.
I'm speechless.
I know. I keep looking over at him and he's just... his mouth won't close this whole episode. No, it's so bad. And the counselors in the observation room are speechless, like, what is he talking about? Yangzi explains nonstop. I mean, maybe after this show, this relationship really won't continue because it's just crazy. Like, I'm not a punching bag. I'm not going to just take all of this all the time, all this judgment, all this blame. Like, I have a family too. My mother would be so heartbroken watching this. I'm also my mother's son.
I'm a baby boy.
No,
Call me a baby boy.
Some of the other celebrities are like, this guy doesn't even have basic respect. At one point, Mai decides I'm going to step in. And you know what? This is the one time I'm like, Mai, sometimes, fine. Sometimes I get it, okay? Sometimes I get what he sees in you, okay? She steps up and she's like, hey, don't be yelling at Eva like that. And I'm like, okay, Mai. Okay, cool. He says, shut up.
不要你说，闭嘴。
To Mai?
Yes, I don't need you to speak. Don't interrupt me. This is between us two. Let her talk about the situation. Don't talk. Shut up. We don't all have to talk.
Like he's dead ass.
Yeah.
Oh, is he like acting like a CEO?
Yes.
Okay.
So Eva gets so upset. She's like, I gotta go. I can't do this right now. So she leaves
Holy God.
and goes to another room. And he even blames Eva.
But like, what happened to Mike? Did she just back off?
She then was like, wait, I wasn't trying to blame you. And then I was like, God, shut up. Like, that's when you shut up. You already got yelled at. You might as well go down a hero. She's like, I wasn't trying to like blame you. And then he's like, no, but Eva's blaming me. And everyone's like, yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. And at one point, he says, the thing that she was bragging about last night to everybody is the thing she's blaming me for. And everyone's like, wait, she wasn't bragging that she drove 7 hours. She was in a high EQ way throwing you under the bus in front of everyone. She wasn't saying, hey guys, guess what? I drove for 7 hours. She was saying, hey, can you fucking believe that this motherfucker over here made me drive for 7 hours straight? That's what she was doing.
Yeah.
But he said, whatever she was bragging about last night is what she's blaming me for today.
Wow.
So then she goes to a second room. Eva is crying. He goes in. We thought that he's going in to talk to her and reconcile with her and apologize. But he doesn't. So then he walks in and he hits her with because you keep crying today, I'm going to be cyberbullied to death by netizens.
Oh my god.
My gosh.
Oh my god. We need to bully the shit out of this guy.
Yes, this is crazy.
Oh,
this is crazy. But Youngza is like, hey, can you stop crying? They're going to bully me. They're going to write mean comments about me. And then he keeps gaslighting her. The reason why I was mad is because we both said that you would create a new record of your own.
Bro, just shut up. Oh my god.
But then when you're talking about it today, you started crying.
Oh my god.
She's crying some more. He's like, okay, so here's the thing. I'm going to go back outside. Don't make everyone wait for you, okay? You should come out in about 3 minutes. If you don't come out in 3 minutes, I'm going to quit filming.
Oh, that's even fun. He just like tripled down.
Yeah. And then they keep talking.
He gave her like an ultimatum. 3 minutes is crazy.
And I think
In the
he
midst of-
notices that because he says, okay, I'm going to give you 10 minutes to think calmly. Do you understand me? I hope you can follow my pace for one last time. You come in 10 minutes. I'll wait for you regardless of the reason. If you don't come, then I'm going to quit filming. When he walks out.
Yo, this is crazy.
No, it gets crazier. When he walks out.
Because if someone
Yeah.
says that, I'll be like, oh yeah, quit filming. Then.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. I'm coming out in an hour.
You're going to get bullied.
Yeah.
Not me.
So then he walks out. He goes to a producer. He's like, what time is it? 2:35. Remind me when it's 2:45, okay?
The producer is like, okay, the show is on, guys.
Yeah.
All cameras, everything's on.
This is fucking crazy. So then one of the actresses, she sits down with Youngza and she's like, you know, I really used to not understand you. But after what you said today, I can understand you. You're a man who likes to get things done. And he's like getting off on this. He's like, yeah, I am. You know, you always think about your family, your wife, and you think that they'll always wait for you, right? And you're preparing their future properly. You know, you have properly gotten the money together, the house, the children's schooling expenses. None of that's a problem, right? You've set that all aside because you're a forward-thinking husband. He's like, yeah. And she hits him with a, good, so promise me this on television, that if you and your wife ever divorce, you will not do her dirty. She makes him promise in front of national television because she later says after experiencing Youngza, she couldn't sleep for multiple days out of anger.
Oh, like in the sense of he wouldn't just like left her with nothing. Like it would be like a fierce.
Yeah, like
fair
don't
split.
f her up and promise on national TV you won't f her up.
On the money finance side.
Yeah. On the kids, child support, everything.
I
Don't f her up. And he realizes that she set a trap. So he has nothing to do except fume by himself and promise that he's not going to f his wife up in the divorce. But she said that she couldn't sleep for several nights. It's giving like, you know, when you practice conversations in your head all over again. And this is just a third party actress that was asked to come in and consult with the couples.
Wow.
Yeah. Everyone commented on this episode, suddenly my husband is a lot more palatable because of Youngza, you know what I mean? So I guess this program really is reducing marriage and divorce rates at the same time simultaneously. No one's getting married, no one's getting divorced because it could always be worse out there. The next episode, though, Youngsu realizes what's happening. So he switches it up. He said, let me do a 180-degree change. He grabs his wife's hand out of nowhere. And there was this little cut that she had like 20 years ago. And he's looking at it. And he's like studying it, making sure it's okay. And even she's looking at him, looking at her finger, looking like, are you fucking okay? Are you all right up there? What's happening? She's speechless. And he keeps asking her all day, like, I'm really trying to be sincere. Can you feel my sincerity? I don't know what that means. If someone asks me if I can feel their sincerity, I don't even know what that means. Like, what do you want me to say?
Can you feel how alert and aware I am today?
I'm not lying. I don't know what I would say. And Eva is just speechless. She keeps closing her eyes and going, She's like, when I open my eyes, he's not going to be here. When I open my eyes, this will all be a dream. Okay. But she opens her eyes and he's still there. Oh my God. And the final stage before the couples decide if they're going to get a divorce or not is 36 questions. They sit in this super sci-fi room that looks like it's in the middle of the desert, but there's this giant window outlooking the desert, and they sit facing each other and they have to answer 36 questions. It doesn't start off super emotional. But Youngsu, remember all that acting he did? He's sitting there. You can already tell. Like, you know when
He's
people are
into the character?
Yeah, like, you know when people are in a mood and you can tell, but the mood is not genuine. When someone
like
is
TikTok acting.
Yes, it's TikTok. He's like looking afar. You know. First question. Eva's smiling because the first question is a light question. There's 36 questions. Usually the emotions, I would imagine the producers ask the questions in a way where maybe you start hitting 34, number 35, number 36. That's when it gets emotional. If you could only have one last dinner for the rest of your life, who would you choose to eat with? I don't know what's going on. Perhaps my body is really weak right now. I've always felt that this is merely a show.
Is he crying, sobbing? What is going on?
But I'm increasingly discovering that this show is a spiritual interrogation into myself. Bro, just fucking answer the question. Who are you having dinner with? No one asked for your introspections about the TV show. If there's only one dinner in life left, I want to have my last dinner with you and tell you how much I love you. And I'll say that one last sentence. I love you. I love you. I love you so much. Even the counselors are looking at this like, one of them comments like, isn't it a little too soon for this? It's the first question. We got 36 more questions. Buddy, we can't keep up this emotional journey with you. Eva looks confused and Youngsu keeps holding his hand to his chest looking somber. He's not even looking at Eva. I don't know if he's confessing this to Eva or to us. I'm like, are you telling me that? Because he's like acting to the cameras. He won't even look at her.
That's crazy.
I don't know if it's the lack of food and the sleep. I saw you sleep in the car, okay? The sleep the last 2 days. I don't know why I'm so fragile right now. Last night I was asked if I wanted a divorce. And I said yes.
Oh.
But I told the other guys that I just want to make you happy myself. I don't trust anyone else. And after so many years, I've never made you happy. All I do is run around, work. That's all. It cuts to these two counselors that are always in frame, and they just be smirking the whole time. There's a little tiny square edited on, and it's just... Every time he starts crying, you just see floating counselors' heads, and there's just... Yeah, at no point did they feel anything. And he's just breathing and sobbing and dry heaving and reaches into his...
How bad is it? 0 to 10, the acting.
It's giving like high school play.
High school play?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. He reaches into his pocket. He's got a tissue. I've never met a guy who just carries around tissues, okay? I carry around tissues because I'm a sinusy bitch. He has a tissue in his pocket. Never seen that before in my life. He whips it out like he's ready. And Eva is just staring into his soul. I think she's trying to understand where this is coming from or if this is legitimate. And she says, I also choose to eat with you. It seems like there are a lot of things between us that haven't been said yet. And as she's saying that, he gets his... He's just honking like a fucking bullhorn. He's not even wiping his eyes. He's honking like an elephant trunk. And I know what you're gonna say. I don't even say it. Don't say it.
I don't even know what I'm gonna say.
When I cry, my nose cries more than my eyes cry. And so I be honking like an elephant too. And do you know how embarrassing that is? That's very embarrassing. I wish I could be like a cute little crier. But no, why does he have to honk? I can still hold it. You know, sometimes I try to hold it and then my ears get clogged like I'm on a plane, really high altitude. So he can hold it, but he doesn't. He's blowing his nose like an elephant's blowhole. And she's responding. He never once looks at her. It feels like he's declaring the love for the audience. And his answers are just so bizarre. Please describe in detail your idea of a perfect day. Question number 2. My most perfect day.
最完美的一天。
It's when I overheard one of the guys tell me that you were answering a question whether or not to divorce me, and you chose not to divorce me. I slept particularly well that day. The next day, you gave me your hat. That was a gift that made me especially happy. Even when I saw a string come loose, I just sewed it back on again, and that hat made me so happy. And I will wear it happily anywhere. Yesterday, you accidentally left your white hat in my room. I tied the 2 hats together so that they could be together. And
What is going on?
I think that day was the most perfect day over the past few years.
Okay.
I don't even know how that answered the question. I don't know how a hat is a perfect day. He's not even telling me how he wore the hat and all this good stuff started happening because he's wearing the hat. He's just like, your hat had a loose string, so I sewed it back together, bitch. Anyway, that was the best day of my life. Like, what do you mean? I don't know what you're saying. And then I think he forgets that he's supposed to be acting and that the cameras are rolling 24/7 because he hits the producers with the next question. Okay, what's even crazier is the producers are like, oh, I'm so sorry. Mrs. Huang, you haven't answered the question yet. He doesn't even care about his wife's answer. And then he's like, oh, right. You haven't answered the question. Go ahead. And so she's thinking about it. And he says, and as she's responding, he's like, I can't answer any more questions. He's rubbing his eyes. Okay. And then the next question is listing positive attributes you love about your partner. And he's like, everything about your looks is perfect to me. Everything about your personality is attractive to me. And a counselor literally moans in pain. Okay. Even if we don't end up together in the end, you will be the one woman that I love the most in life, the one that I can never forget, and the one that I owe the most in life, and the saddest loss because I haven't had the chance to love you properly. Next. Okay. Sir, Mrs. Wong hasn't been able to answer a single
every
fucking
time?
question every single time.
That's crazy.
Bro, and then he starts sobbing about how he could have treated her better. And all of this, it's giving. So I had a smuggled phone in my butt crack last night, a contraband phone, and I called my publicist last night, and they told me that I gotta fucking get it together. So I'm putting on the show of my life. That's what this is giving me. The minute that he finishes speaking, he covers his whole face with his hands, and then the minute that he removes his hands, I don't see a tear.
He's like, come on, focus.
Yeah.
Well, what's my next line again?
Oh, also the producers know what they're doing because they're playing an acoustic version of I Was Never There by The Weeknd.
What is that?
It's a Weeknd song. That's all you need to know, which is crazy. Listen.
So why is that crazy? Like, it made it very... What does that
Goofy.
mean? Oh, goofy?
Yeah.
What?
And he's just... This is giving like a like maybe a few years ago, you're like going out and you're getting ready and you're like, I want to
This is
look
like
sexy.
like TikTok, right? TikTok,
yeah. And they're just playing it while he's like, I can't do this anymore. Eventually, he gets up and goes to the giant window. He's like, I can't do this. I can't film anymore. Oh my God, I can't do this either. No, but it's worse because he doesn't even do that. He's like, I can't do this anymore. I can't film anymore. So where do you suppose that a man goes if he can't film anymore? I would imagine, I don't know, maybe behind the camera, like anywhere that is not in the frame of the camera. Instead, he walks towards the big giant window that's a part of the set. And he sits down on the floor and he starts sobbing. And the counselors are like, are we watching a theater play right now? What the hell is going on? And he keeps saying things like, water spilled can't be scooped back up. It's giving the toothpaste can't be put back in the tube.
What?
He's like, I can't do this anymore. Eva gives him some tissues, and then immediately, somehow, he's back on the filming chair answering more questions. Next! Okay. I'm so confused. And then he gets up again. He does this multiple times. At one point, there's this meme that has gone viral since then of him sitting there, and Eva doesn't immediately get up because she too is crying. And he looks to the right. He's like, where the hell is she? Yeah, so that has gone very viral. It's the... that. Yeah. You guys have never done that before? Don't lie. You guys have never done that. Leave me alone.
Slam door. Sit down. Let me hear. Is he coming?
And then after this time, the RV is a little bit different. So you know how Mai and her husband, the RVs stop driving, right? If you want, or they keep driving. So this one, they're going to sit outside the RV and then the RV will either drive. Okay, so both RVs will drive off and it will unveil if they're there, that they're on the other sides of the RV.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, it's very suspenseful. They have an hourglass that's going. And by that time is up, you got to get up out of the RV or the RV is going to drive away with you inside of it. It's a big momentous moment. And so both of them are in the RV. Eva looks very contemplative. Yangzi looks like he's zoning out.
So can you tell people the premise one more time? So they're deciding right now, final...
If they're going to divorce or not.
Right. If they stay, they're staying together.
Yeah.
If they drive, one of them drive off in the RV, that means they're divorcing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or both of them could drive off.
Yeah.
And you see at the very last minute, both of them get up from their seat in the RV.
They want to stay?
Yangzi opens the door to his RV and he sits outside. He still can't see if Eva's there because it's covered. And then Eva gets up last minute. And as both RVs drive away, Eva is gone. She's in the RV. I'm gonna cry. Yeah, and he's just alone sitting there. He starts sobbing like a little boy, and then he eventually says, "It's not like I can't do better." Yeah.
You're fucking kidding me.
Yeah.
Does this sob feel different from the sob during the questioning or it's similar? What's the energy?
More kid.
More kid-like.
Yeah.
So would you say it's like more...
It feels more like humiliated versus... It doesn't seem like he's genuinely upset about Eva.
Right. But it also doesn't feel like he was performing.
No.
But he just... Wow.
And Eva's crying and she said it was the hardest decision that she had to make. But the counselors are so proud of her. They're just so glad. And I mean, crazy because afterwards, they do end up divorcing. They don't stay together after the show.
So after this van drove off,
Yeah.
do they interact anymore or that was it?
Yeah, they do. So they end up divorcing. Or at least it's publicly known that they're divorcing, but they have children together. So I'm assuming they interact. I don't know. However, we do have interactions because Yangzi has now made it his whole live stream personality to try to win Eva back in his live streams while he's live stream
my God.
TikTok shop selling.
Oh my
So
God.
during
So he is still using her likeness.
Yes. Yes, and he keeps complaining to everyone that he left the marriage with nothing. Eva has 90% of the assets, the cash, ownership of everything. I don't believe any of that. He just be yip-yapping. I feel like he's got a lot, okay? And he keeps saying, Eva is wealthier than me, but this is my responsibility. He said that with every last penny he had, he purchased this 11-carat diamond, and he's going to re-propose to Eva. And then he walks in with a huge bouquet of 999 fucking roses, and everyone in the comments, yes, but you remember, Eva doesn't even like roses. So all the comments are like, even after all of this, you can't get our tulips. So then the next live stream, he shows up with tulips.
Oh shit.
And he's just like practicing proposing to the camera.
Dude,
and he's crying.
This is turning to
Yeah, and then it's actually working because he's making a lot of money because netizens thinks it's really funny to like, okay, so you know how when you donate on TikTok Shop, you can give them like random special effects on their head?
Yeah.
So he'll be crying about how his life is ruined. He has no family. And then suddenly he'll have like a Monkey King face. And then all of a sudden there's like this one where a hammer goes bonk and your head gets like dunk for a second. So people are doing that.
类的，这个不是莫桑钻，也不是假钻，是真真心心的，我拿出我的诚意来。
And then he keeps getting upset. He's like, guys, if one day the clown is really crying and sad, does everyone still think it's funny? And then everyone's like, bonk. So he keeps live streaming and calling Eva. I don't know, trying to do like a TikTok live stream battle or something. She's not picking up. He's leaving voicemails. I'm live streaming. Please call me back or use the voice chat. Are you there? Hello? I'm live streaming right now. And then also he goes on to clarify that the person that he called, the woman that he called on the show, was his assistant, who is a female, because his tummy was hurting. So he needed to ask what to do about his tummy hurting. And you know what that made me feel like? It could be his assistant. It could not be his assistant. He gives me the type that would have a very bad, salacious affair with a power struggle. Not a power struggle, a power dynamic that is unfair with an assistant. So I'm like, that doesn't make it any better. I don't think that makes it any better right now because you could have just asked a producer for some Pepto-Bismol. It's not that serious.
honestly,
Yeah.
I feel like cheating is a lower crime than what he has done on this show. Like
Everything he's like gaslit her, manipulated.
Yeah.
Everything. So, yeah, all the comments say he has no family now, but he still has that tiny little yellow cart, which is the Chinese Douyin live streaming shop feature. It's like the TikTok shop icon. As long as his viewers can TikTok shop his shop, what's family, right? Who needs kids? Who needs a wife? Not I.
so crazy.
Also, he gets very upset. He clarified multiple times in the live stream that the lighting on the show was weird. He's not actually balding. And he says, see, look. And he showed me the top of his dome like 10 times.
Buy this shampoo right here.
Exactly. Click the shop button for the best shampoo ever. Crazy. So, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. Guys, I'm going to retire Chinaverse for a little bit. I just need you guys to soak in the vibes of this for a little bit. And then we're going to come back with some insane Chinaverses that make Yangtze seem normal. So, with that being said, stay tuned for the next one because it's not a Chinaverse, but it still involves a cheating husband. Isn't there always? Let me know in the comments your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one. Blah!